Hey guys, Molly and Ben here with Designless Detail. We are going to be sharing how the first flip went.
Maybe poorly.
Stay tuned. While you're here, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell to see future videos because we've got another flip we're doing. Which is
already underway.
Exciting. Ben's wearing his new shirt today,
Yep.
which I bought him. I bought him some shirts.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't buy his own, and he's entered to win a new truck.
That's really why Molly bought a shirt. So
The advertisement got me.
yeah, if
Real
you have
bad.
an advertisement, maybe send it to her.
No, it was terrible. I just was like,
Yeah.
this shirt is way overpriced, but he could win this truck.
Yeah. So she bought 3.
Yeah, they're very nice shirts.
Anyway, so yeah, we're going to talk about how it went.
Yeah, wardrobe review first, but
yeah, apparently
home
we need
review
to talk
next.
about that. I think the deadline's passed and I didn't win the truck.
I don't know. I'm still holding out hope. Ronan, please hook us up.
Wow.
Anyways, back to the flip house.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Speaking of the flip house, this sectional, I have never sat on it before.
Oh, it's the best.
And it's fantastic.
It is
I put it
amazing.
together, as you probably saw in the video when we
Yeah.
revealed this room. And
Which he was a major fan of. 'Cause it
yeah,
was so
and I
easy.
don't think I ever sat on it.
Oh,
And it's amazing.
have.
So anyway, check out that video. Well, we can throw the link in
Yeah,
there.
we should put I have a code too. It's from Albany Park, and
It is
it's a
fantastic.
good one. Yeah, and you can customize it to your space, which is cool.
Sat
So.
down to film this video and
he's-
realized what we sold with the house.
Who's an advertisement now? Yeah, where to begin? Do you want me to start with how the house?
Yeah, let's talk about how we got the
Purchase was
house. Some of
purchased.
you may have seen that. I think we've run through it pretty quickly, but maybe you should explain
Kinda how it went down.
explain that. To give you a little information today we sign and sell
it's the day.
the house.
It's officially leaving our hands.
So it will be not ours in a matter of hours. And
is the
we thought
final
we'd come
thing.
in, sit down, talk about it.
I'm more attached to it than I thought I would be. Like, I'm kind of like, oh, it's the last time I'm going to see it. And even though I didn't live here, it's sort of weird.
It's a beautiful home. So go back
It
if
is.
you want to check out the whole thing. Molly did a whole
walk
tour.
through.
So
But
it's great. But
Getting to
let's
the good
talk
stuff.
numbers.
So what was crazy about this house was that because I was scouring the market, because the time we bought was in April of this year, 2021, and the market here was crazy. I mean, I had never seen anything like it. And
Southern Utah,
yeah,
by the way.
it's it's a hot market. A lot of people were looking for vacation homes. I think being stuck at home when things were shut down, it really, I think, made
Started
people
growing.
think like, oh, if I had a little getaway in this warm place with like a pool and golfing, like maybe I could have fared a little better. Anyway, there was just a mad rush on homes here, and so we were really buying at an inopportune time. It wasn't a smart time to be buying an investment property, honestly.
But we really wanted to do a flip.
Yeah, we were just kind
We
of.
knew we could do it.
Yeah, it was just one
In
of
our
those
mind.
things. You get a wild hair and you just have to run with it sometimes. So that's really what happened. Ours, of course, didn't end up being a flip. So I think we just had the
one we live in.
let's do one. Let's do an actual one. And so anyways, I would watch the market every day, and I happened to see this house multiple times. It was on Zillow, and it just was one of those that like you just scroll past it, which I wasn't the only one, because in that hot market, when things were on the market, sometimes a matter of hours, this was on there for 12 days.
Yeah.
And so that was a long time right then. And so I finally looked at it and I was like, wait, that's actually a good price per square foot. And I think that the outside of it, because this house is very square, the way that it looks, if from certain angles, is it looks smaller than it really is. It has a lot more space than you'd expect.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's part of why people didn't even think like, oh, that house has that much square footage, which I think painting it actually made it look bigger, like on the outside, doing that lighter, brighter color was a big, I think, improvement in making the outside kind of match the inside, now that we've updated the inside too. But anyway, so it was just kind of like not one that was interesting until you start looking at the price per square foot. Hey, wait, that's actually a pretty good deal. So it was listed at $405,000, which actually, once I saw the house, I was like, oh, that's like high.
Yeah, that's why it's listed
A
there.
lot of money for this, because it was just so run down. You guys saw it. The carpet was trashed. Like,
And
it's
I
just
never-
neglected. You know?
I never saw the house
Yeah, that's
until
true.
we bought it. So
We have a video that's Ben's first walkthrough. It's actually
Feel
really
free to
funny.
check that out.
Because he was like freaking out. Like,
it was disgusting.
not sure if it was ever going to look good. And also questioning my sanity. It's fine. He does that actually a lot. But
Yeah, on occasion.
But then he's still along for the ride. So who's the crazy one?
So we ran the numbers, right? We ran the numbers. So we made an offer. They countered back. We ended up getting it for $395.
Which
And so
my friend who's a realtor was like, hold on, you got a house for $10K under asking in this market? And I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
and it's really because the pictures looked so bad.
Well, it wasn't even
inside.
just the pictures. The actual thing was worse than the pictures. But you guys, you could see dirt. Like you could see layer of dust in the actual photos. You know how hard that is? Dust is usually not visible in pictures, but
it was bad.
You could see it. It was just, it hadn't been cleaned for a really long time.
Yeah, it was bad. So I ran the numbers and I thought, okay, we wanted to sell the house furnished. Gives Molly an opportunity to enjoy it, and we feel like with her design ability, we're able to really add an extra layer of desire for people if we can furnish it, and it can be just amazing.
Yeah, and carry the full vision through, right? Because when I see a space, I see it in, you know, my final vision for it, which includes the furniture as a part of that for sure.
So our budget was $100,000. $80,000 was supposed to be renovation, $20,000 was going to be furnishings, and Molly was going to have to stretch it to make it $20,000 in furnishings. In the end, that didn't happen.
Sure didn't.
And so we ended up getting to, as far as our expenses go, on construction, we ended up being about $85,000 on construction and all those expenses. So really not that much over. With the market the way it is right now, everything's more expensive, right?
Yeah.
Cabinetry was more expensive than when we did our house, which we anticipated. We didn't anticipate the level of expense.
Yeah.
And that was really the most expensive thing, you know, increase that we had to deal with.
It was, I mean, wood's coming back down a little bit, but it was at the peak of the wood shortage, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah. And so it was more expensive, but we stayed relatively close and made some decisions throughout to make sure things, you know, came down on some decisions that were made. But then furniture was a little over.
Yeah, I did get a little carried
on
away.
budget, a little over 25,000. And so.
But it was a whole house. It was still a whole house.
Yeah. And so if you want to see how she did that, watch the full home tour, watch each individual, because the house looks amazing, and we did that.
And it's nice
on
quality
budget.
stuff. I mean, I did get nicer quality stuff than I probably should have, but again, I think it will be, you know, I like to leave a quality product to the homeowner.
Yeah. So renovation is about 85, a little over 25 on the furnishings, and we knew there would be an expense for closing costs around $30,000.
Yeah.
As far as paying realtors and everything there. What we had hoped was to make some good money on this. What ended up happening was we made some miscalculations in timing. This is a new market. We've never sold a house in this market. We lived in northern Utah. We now are down in southern Utah, and it's a different market. It's a completely different animal.
You can watch our mistakes. You can watch our 5 mistakes video.
Yeah, that'll come up soon.
It's coming, yeah.
Yeah, we'll show you that soon. Next.
Yeah.
We could show you that video next.
Yeah.
And the timing was just bad, and we didn't know because we hadn't sold in this market before.
Yeah.
So
anyways, it stayed on the market a little longer than we had hoped. It was like a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks, something like that.
yeah, we ended up, you know, as far as
And the market
numbers,
slowed for sure.
Market slowed, and it started to pick up after we really accepted an offer. In the end, what we ended up selling it for was, drumroll, $545,000, and then the furniture was another $20,000 on top of that. So in the end,
we
furnished
lost money on the furniture. It's fine.
$565,000. But the cost of taking the furniture out and using it in the next flip and everything, and storage and everything, and the possibility of damaging anything, we thought
we'll just pass on a deal.
We'll take a loss. We'll take a loss on the furniture. We'll roll it all into one big number to make us feel good. In the end, so bought the home for $395 after all the expenses, and then sold it for $565. We ended up coming out full expenses at $540,000, which means we made $25,000 on this flip.
Which sounds not too bad, but I will say I probably wouldn't have done all the work and the heartache and it was kind of, if I were doing this work for a client, I probably would have made more than that because of how extensive the whole project ended up being. And that's on us. I mean, whatever.
So
it's fine.
In the end,
it wasn't a loss.
$25,000 in 5 months.
And we learned.
And we feel like it was a good experience.
Yes.
And we're already into the next one.
It was exhausting.
And we don't regret being into another one. We're excited about doing that and implementing some changes that we will show you as we go in that one. And also, we'll show you in the next couple videos things that we wish we would have done differently, things that we would that will add value.
That we felt like were worth doing, that we did.
And it was a learning process.
Yeah, kind of like 5 mistakes and 5 wins.
Yeah, I get a little excited and I just keep talking. You should just cut me off.
This is the Ben Show. I'm just here here. I'm the guest. Anyway, but really, I can't complain. What we had hoped was getting up more like 40,000. That was kind of our goal.
At minimum.
Yeah, to make it really feel like, yeah, that was worth it. Now it's like, it's okay. We
Going
did okay.
about $15,000 in the end,
Yeah.
furniture and construction, going about $15,000 over
That
budget
15,000 got
was
us.
that $40,000
Yeah.
that we would have hit. In the end, it's great. Happy with it. Move on. Hopefully make more on the next
Yeah.
one. And
it was fun to show you guys the whole process. You know, like definitely that is some value. Being able to showcase furniture and a lot of those elements that tie into our business that help our business grow. Having the photos of this, you know, for our portfolio, and those things are definitely help it be worthwhile too.
Yeah. The next one will be fun.
Yep.
Excited to share the numbers with you. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing more. The other one's underway. If you've already seen it, great. But otherwise, check that one out because that one's crazy.
The new flip?
Got a lot more problems than this one. So
Yeah, we're
it'll
like,
be good.
yeah, it wasn't great, but now we're doing a bigger project. We kind of
Yep.
jumped into that before we knew.
So follow along. We'll be showing you that.
Like and comment. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
If you guys have done flips, I'd love to know if anyone wants to share, you know, what was your target margin of profit and that sort of thing, or what ended up happening. I think that's interesting to hear other people's flipping experiences because this is our first one. It's
Or maybe,
the first time.
yeah, or maybe tell us what you liked the most about the journey if you followed along.
Oh yeah, that'd be good to know
Or maybe
too.
something we didn't share or something you do want to see on the next one, and
Yeah.
we can try to
Good-
incorporate
good
those
stuff.
things. Don't forget to follow on Instagram at Design Loves Detail.
Looks like
the
you're gonna-
website designlovesdetail.com. Jump on the newsletter there and
Jump on it.
just jump on it.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Hit the bell.
Ding.
Mash that subscribe button. Isn't that what they
Not
say?
mash. I think it's smash that subscribe.
Smash it. Wow.
Mash.
All right.
It's not the same.
We're done. We'll see you next time.
I think I winked.